I hate my life. I forgot to talk about Alec Pierce. It's 4 a.m. I just want to go to bed. I'm going to briefly talk about him here now. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm about to fall asleep on this couch. So, but fuck it, we're going to do our best here. This blanket is Borgagee's bougie and has holes in it, so it's really not that warm. So my fan's going, but I don't want to turn it off. I'm at my parents' house, and so, I don't have my normal comfortable blankets, but anyways, I don't love this deal. Pierce signed to a 4-year, $114 million deal with $60 guaranteed off of signing and then $80 guaranteed off the contract. I don't really get what that means, but he's getting a shit ton of money. He's now top 10 in the wide receivers, he's now top 10 in wide receiver contract if we're going off how much they're paid. And as for wide receivers, that's about the only thing he's top 10 in. Just to quickly go over my concerns, this middle part always looks so bad in video. Should I shave the mustache? But no, just to quickly go over my concerns. Number one is I don't see how he lives up to that production. I mean, those receivers in the top 10 are either horrific contracts in DK Metcalf or Brandon Ayuk, or they're like some of the best receivers in the league with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Brown. Like, I just don't see how he lives up to those names and their production. Pierce is a good player. I just worry it's going to be Pittman-esque where, he's really good. He's just getting paid to do, I don't know, like his production doesn't match his contract. Number two is I worry that Pierce is just a very successful role player. His yards per catch is 22, and his target rate is super limited. He's only targeted on about 15% of his routes, and that's kind of concerning. I mean, his catch rate is not anything crazy. It's pretty average. And so I don't know. I don't know if that improves. Like, I don't know if added targets really improves. Like, there's a reason a lot of his routes are not targeted. Part of that might be just because he was used as a specialist and maybe he's got more in him. But I don't know. Like, that's enough to give me pause. Like, that's enough to show me that he might not be the most versatile player, which, when you're making top 10 money, you need to be able to run 1,000 different types of routes, not, I don't know, just all go on Madden, which that's unfair to Pierce. Like, his route tree did improve a lot this year, but it is still pretty limited. And so we'll see. But yeah, I'm worried that he can't be the versatile receiver that you kind of need from a guy making that much money. And I'm also worried that Jones isn't going to be able to get him the ball. I mean, we know he's still going to be best going deep, but Jones wasn't great going deep before. And Jones also just tore his plantar foot Achilles, which makes deep accuracy worse and power worse. He was rough at both of those. And so, maybe Pierce's production would have gone up last year if he had a quarterback who was better at going deep, but he doesn't, and that same quarterback is back, and it's not gonna get better. And so, at least for year one with Daniel Jones, I don't really see that improving much. Which then subsequently goes back to, I don't think he matches that production. And so, I don't know. Number three is I'm worried that part of his success was because of how many receiving options we had on the team. Say what you will about the offense and the Colts as a whole, they had a very, very, very good wide receiving core, or not even wide receiver core, that too, but a very good receiving core last year. You had Downs, who I think had over 700, and has been close to 1,000 guy before. You had Pittman, who was 800. You had Pierce, who was over 1,000, just barely. You had Warren, it was 800. And then you had some good tight ends, a good backup tight end in Mo, who I think had like 100, 200. You had Doolin, who's okay, but like he's a specialist, but he worked. And you had Adonai Mitchell briefly, who got some targets, even if he didn't catch them. So, I don't know. I'm worried that all those receivers and then the yards per catch all those receivers leads me to believe that the yards per catch were caused by teams getting distracted, him getting really wide open, and then just being gone. Like, there's 3-4 viable guys that you have to cover on the field at all time, and most teams don't have 3-4 really good cornerbacks, safeties, or linebackers. And so I kind of worry that part of the reason Pierce was so productive is because he had so many other good talents around him. And lastly, he's not a very good run blocker. That's kind of a nitpicky thing, I know, but with a team that says run heavy as the Colts, that's kind of needed. And so, yeah, I'll just say it now. Pierce is really good. He's never going to live up to this contract. I hope I'm wrong. I think he can be like a 20 million receiver pretty easy. And, who knows? Maybe this contract's not guaranteed or fully guaranteed. Like, maybe he doesn't make the full 114 million. If it is 88 million, that's a damn good deal. But, I'm not the best guy to ask on. Let me rephrase that. I'm not well versed on how guarantees work. I don't know how much of this is incentives. I don't know how much of that is, I don't know, other factors, signing bonus. And so, yeah. Pierce is not a $114 million wide receiver. He might be $100 million, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much gets guaranteed, but yeah, I don't love this deal, but we needed to do it. So overall, not a huge fan, but we'll see.